this bracelet will cause you so many problems, and that's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. Everyone is not wearing the Cartier bracelet, and everyone is not wearing the Just in Cloud bracelet. I think a lot of people are just Hey guys, it's Wadzi. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I overanalyze fashion, luxury, and now I'm trying to incorporate more food because that's something I wanted to do. If you don't know, I'm vegan, so we're gonna start off today with hot chocolate, and while I discuss what's going on with Cartier, because if you haven't been around, and by the way, I'm using the Galaxy vegan instant smooth with oat milk and hot water. Oh my gosh. But if you haven't had a look like online, on the media, a lot of luxury lovers are wanting to actually stop buying Cartier stuff altogether, and there's a few reasons for that, and today I really wanted to speak about that because I find it interesting, because the Cartier Love Bracelet especially is something that many view to be an iconic Cartier piece, and some of these people that are deciding to stop buying the Love Bracelet are now buying the Just in Cloud bracelet, or they've stopped shopping at Cartier's like jewelry like altogether. So I think that's a very interesting subject to speak about. And also, if you are wanting to buy like a Cartier bracelet, I think this video will be very, very helpful and useful. Watery. This tastes so watery. I will split this video into chapters. Okay, so we're going to do quality, like the reasons why people are not buying the Cartier bracelet or the Just in Cloud or the Cartier altogether. And it's number one, we're going to talk about the quality. We're going to talk about fakes and replicas, which I think is also another huge reason. So fakes and replicas. So the Cartier Love Bracelet is made from 18 karat gold, a pure form of gold. Of course, you can get purer forms. So many who want to be bougie and be luxurious will get an 18 karat gold one. Now, the problem with getting this type of gold, because it's so pure, it's so soft, so it's so delicate, and it's prone to scratching, and that leads me into my first thing with quality. A lot of people kind of are getting frustrated with how easily this bracelet scratches for the price. So I think the starting price for Cartier bracelets is around $3 grand, if I'm right, if I'm not mistaken, and this is for the Love Bracelet. I know the Just in Cloud, I think it starts at 2.8, but anyway, pricing is like, yeah. So a lot of people say for the amount you get, it's not like worth the price, and also for like the quality and stuff like that. Now, I want to mention how 18 karat gold is 150% to 250% more money than 14 karat gold. 14 karat gold is a lot more practical, I would say, for the everyday person, as it's less prone to scratching, but more people who are like allergic to metals tend to be allergic to 14 karat compared to 18 karat. So when I was reading an article about 18 karat gold, it was saying how 18 karat gold is not advised for someone with more of a hands-on lifestyle. Now, Cartier have given some tips on where to wear your Love Bracelet and where like not to wear your Love Bracelet in case you're wanting to buy, and I don't know if people do their research on this, but you know, I read the article and it kind of put me into a mind frame of, now I know if I was ever going to buy this bracelet, what type of lifestyle I should be living. Otherwise, I am going to get so frustrated, and I feel like a lot of people who have made reviews on why they don't want the bracelet anymore, or why they don't want to buy any more of the bracelets, and they talk about quality and the scratching, I feel like they didn't read the do's and the don'ts, because if you did, I feel like a lot more people would not buy it. So Cartier would advise people to avoid the bracelet getting wet or scratched, and everyone knows about, like, a lot of people mention that they don't wear it when they're exercising or going to the gym, but they mainly say because they don't want it hitting on things because it'll be annoying, and they don't really like recognize that you can get scratched like from doing that. Yeah, so they don't advise you wear the bracelet to the beach, the pool, while you're playing sports. It's also advised to avoid wearing it in intense heat as well as close to sources of radioactivity. So, you know, it's a lot to think about, because if you really put this into perspective, I'm like praying that this works like throughout this video sometime. Not allowed to get it wet, and you shouldn't use it while playing sports. So if you have more of a practical job or practical lifestyle, if you're getting up for work 5 a.m, you're rushing to go to the tube, you're rushing to go to here, you're rushing to go to there, you're picking up the kids, if you have a very busy and upbeat lifestyle, this bracelet will cause you so many problems. And I think for the average person tends to do most of their housework, or most of the majority of people that are buying this are women, so they tend to be doing like a lot of hands-on work. And I think unless you're like really wealthy to the point where you have your own cleaner, so you're not touching the water when washing dishes, or you have a dishwasher, you have someone that washes your hair, you don't wash your own hair, so you're not getting water on the bracelet again. Yeah, the only thing I can think of that you'd probably need to wet your hands in again is when you're washing your hands after using the toilet, which can be easy to avoid. You can just put the bracelet slightly higher. And also when you're like showering and bathing, which is not unavoidable. So I would say the type of routine someone would need to kind of have is where they do their showering and their exercise in the morning, and then after that, maybe at 8 a.m, that's when they put on the bracelet to start their day. But they don't do any heavy lifting, heavy moving. They kind of more at a job where they just are on their laptop. You must be living a soft life to attain the quality of this bracelet. And that's what kind of puts me off, because it's like, when buying these luxury items, you have to kind of read through the aftercare and what's needed to look after the bracelet before kind of making up your decision on whether you should buy it or not. Because a lot of the time you realize how, okay, yeah, you might have saved up this money, but it's not practical to your lifestyle. And there's a reason why it's made up of 18 karat gold, because, you know, these are the type of people that Cartier is trying to basically target at. If Cartier was trying to target the everyday person, they would have made it more of a practical piece, and probably made it up from 14 karat gold instead of 18 karat gold. That's not to say the everyday person can't have it. If they've saved up the money, they surely can, but is it really worth the money if it's going to be an inconvenience to your lifestyle? That's definitely one thing to think about, and I think a lot of people don't think about that when they're buying luxury. And that's one thing I noticed when going into a lot of luxury stores and asking, how do you take care of this? The things that they would say just sounded way too elaborate, way too expensive, and I was like, I cannot afford the aftercare. So even if I saved up for this product, I cannot afford to maintain it. So really and truly, I cannot afford the product. And that's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. But hey, ain't that the truth? Now, Cartier do provide actually cleaning services, which they kind of recommend that you don't carry out more than twice in your jewelry piece's lifetime. Just because, oh no, a jewelry piece lifetime made with white or yellow gold, so basically the love bracelet. And they also mention how it's also worth noting that polishing cannot remove any scratches that are too deep in the metal. So yeah, so you know, the polishing I guess is just like a nice gesture that they offer, because it's only twice. And I think if you get it polished too many times, like your bracelet begins to erode, so I don't think it's actually like a good thing. Also, they do have advice on how to clean the Cartier bracelet yourself, when they mention cleaning with lukewarm water, which I'm not sure if people knew how to do. So another thing that people were saying that they don't like about the bracelet is that in order to take it off, you need to have the screw. Now, I think this is a really smart thing they had on, because then people don't have to worry about it getting robbed or anything like that, so people can feel safer. I recently was watching videos on like, do you feel safe wearing luxury? Do you feel like wearing luxury puts you into more danger? And of course it definitely does, but with the Cartier bracelet, someone can physically not take it off you unless they have the screw. And a lot of people said, you know, when they're going to the gym, they find that, you know, if they forget their screw, they're having to screw it on, screw it off. It's like so much maintenance. But again, if you kind of have that lifestyle where all your activities to do with, you know, water and physical, you getting up, doing things physically, or in the morning or in the evening, or like just like one portion of the day, it makes it easier, instead of if you have like, you know, your workout class in the middle of the day, and then afterwards you need to cook and wash plates in the evening, then you'll be constantly putting it on and taking it off. But if you have more of like a constant routine, it's a lot easier and it's a lot less maintenance. But I think that's honestly such a great feature. But maybe I'm saying that because I haven't worn the bracelet, and actually it could be annoying not being able to take something off, because I hate wearing things around my wrist that I cannot easily take off. I find it quite annoying. So yeah, so that is about the quality and what people have said. So another thing, which I think is one of the most popular things, and people are like, everybody has the bracelet, I don't want it anymore, it's lost its like air of luxury or its exclusivity. Let me tell you now, not everyone has that Cartier bracelet. Not everyone has that. Maybe if you're in Hollywood or something. No, I don't think everyone has the Cartier Love Bracelet. I think a lot of people have good replicas and good fakes, because when I was looking at this Reddit page, Lipstick Alley, when I was making a video, one of my recent YouTube shorts about wealthy rich women who get like fake luxury bags, yeah, by like private like sellers or something. A lot of people's reasoning was because like maybe they were a sales associate, or maybe they were a private or personal shopper and they wanted to keep up with their clients, so they just got replicas because they did not want to spend the full price on the real thing. So if you're seeing a lot of people in the shopping malls that you're going to, the sellers have these Cartier bracelets, please be aware, most likely, you know, it's not real. A lot of them do get replicas because a lot of people cannot afford it. It's just not practical that everyone has the Cartier Love Bracelet. It's just kind of made to feel that way. Even same with on social media, with so much videos on DHgate as well. There's so many replicas, and even like fast fashion shops, they're selling loads of replicas. I think I've seen more people wear replicas than I've seen more people wear the real thing, because I've asked anytime I see someone with it, oh my gosh, is that the Love Bracelet? And then more people have said no, it's a replica, than yes, it's the Love Bracelet. So not everyone is wearing it, but I think kind of people are kind of getting tired of that, and they just want to find something else, and that's why people got the other one, which I always forget the name of. But it's quite interesting because the Hermes Oran sandals, I feel like a lot more people have that than the Cartier Love Bracelet because it's more accessible in price. But yeah, I don't see a lot of people turning away from wanting to get that. Is that because with the Hermes Oran sandals, you only wear it at a certain period of time in the year, summertime. So even though lots of people have it, people are not wearing the sandals all the time because people are not on holiday all the time, or it's not summer all the time. So like that's why it's not over, yeah, people don't feel like it's overexposed. But then there's also other stuff such as the Louis Vuitton luggage bag, which people can wear at all times. I remember back in secondary school when so many people had that bag, but so many people just only had replicas. I don't know one person at secondary school who had the authentic bag, and they'll get replicas, and they'll get replicas with their name on, and that was just like so common. And I think that's just the same with the Cartier Love Bracelet. People are just getting replicas and it's kind of just becoming like a thing, like, yeah, this is a replica. Whereas something like maybe the Hermes Birkin or the Kelly or the Chanel, it's not as common to hear someone openly admit that it's a replica. But I think with certain luxury products, it's a bit more acceptable to be like, yeah, this is not the real thing, it's a replica. And then with others, it's kind of a bit more like, oh. So I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I've definitely noticed that. So I feel like that's the same with the Love Bracelet. Like, I definitely don't think that most people have the Love Bracelet. Go on YouTube and you type in Hermes Love Bracelet, Hermes Love Bracelet replica, and you type in Hermes Love Bracelet review. you probably see just as many videos for the replica in comparison to the review. So do bear that in mind. Yeah, it's one of the product that, yeah, ever since I think people were getting dupes, was ever since a lot of people felt like this is everywhere, like I don't want it anymore. I also hear a lot of people say that they're now into getting bespoke jewelry. I saw a article, which unfortunately I could not enter because you had to like pay. It was like a journal article that was saying bespoke jewelry is going to be like the next thing. Hermes do offer a service where you can have your engagement ring created for you, but there's a starting price. I think it's like 2.5 grand or 2.1k. It's a crazy price. I don't think it's a common thing, and I think if people are going to buy from, sorry, not Hermes, Cartier, if people are going to buy from Cartier, they most likely want people to know it's Cartier, and they're not going to go for like a bespoke service. Yeah, except from the super rich, but even then I think people are going to go to maybe jeweler instead to get better value for their money. I think a lot of people that tend to use a lot of these like luxury hyped brands and get jewelry from them or get bespoke services or personalized things, it's more to impress other people and less on because they really like the craftsmanship or like the creativity or the quality. Because let's be real, like a jewelry, you can get it for a fraction of the price and it can be just as good if not better from there. So there's actually there's no need really to get your wedding ring made at like a Cartier or your engagement ring made at Cartier. A lot of the time it is to kind of just like show your wealth. I would say so anyways, because I definitely think there's other, like, I definitely feel like if someone really had the money, they would want to be smart with it and they weren't bothered about flaunting it. They wouldn't just go and get a Cartier engagement ring like made for them. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know that if you would ever get the Cartier Love Bracelet, if you get your hands on it, if you've ever had it, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Please let me know what you want to see in terms of the mukbangs or the videos so I can incorporate more food and drink. I never managed to open this, which is so annoying. I think because it's frozen. But yeah, hopefully guys I can speak. Hopefully I will see you guys soon. Bye.